Hi everybody, this is Miles from Wise Guys Events, and I'm here to give you a little video tutorial on how to be a queue master. The big picture is this. There are 8 stations around the resort, and we've got a game going on at each station. The first thing that teams do when they arrive at a station is check in with you, the queue master. You're going to make sure that everybody gets to play the game in the order that they arrived, that they get what they need on their way into the game, and that they get what they need on the way out. The game itself is going to be hosted by 1 or 2 game masters. Game masters and queue masters work together to make sure that the teams all get to play in the right order. The teams have been instructed that at each station, one member of the team should be the line leader. It doesn't have to be the same person for the entire day, but if there's a line at your station, rather than have multiple groups of 7 people in a line, they're going to pick one person. So you, the queue master, are going to have, in some instances, a line of people waiting in order. They're all going to have wristbands indicating what color team that they are, and that's going to let you know what the order is. So orange team, if their line leader's at the front of the line, when it's their turn, orange gets to enter the game. The rest of the members of the team who are not the line leader can be off to the side, out of the way. You're in charge. The teams are going to be in a hurry. That doesn't mean that you have to be. So you can take it slow, keep things orderly. One person from each line is going to represent the order of the teams. The big picture is this. They stand in line, they play the game, and they get a sticker and a clue when they leave the station. So each queue master is going to have a sign-in sheet. It's going to look like this. And when teams arrive, you'll ask them what their team name is. You write it in order. We're also going to ask you to indicate what time it is. You can use your wristwatch if you wear one like I do, or your cell phone to indicate the time in and the time out for each team. Honestly, if things are really busy and crazy and you aren't able to keep track of the time in and time out, if you have to sacrifice that in order to do the rest of your job, we'll understand. But we would like it because that's going to let us know which teams were the fastest at each task so we can recognize them at the finish line. So when a team enters your game and they play, teams have to either win a game or lose a game 3 times in order to move on. If they enter the game and they play and they lose, they get back in line. That's where the line leader becomes really important. So you could have a bunch of teams arriving all at once. Could be teams who are getting to your station for the first time, plus a team that just lost and is getting back in line. The order that their line leader gets in line is going to determine the order that the teams can play. So the people in your line, some will be there for the first time, some will be for the second time. When they get to the front of the line, you'll take care of them. Every team is also going to have this map scorecard. We're using them interchangeably. Team name goes on here, and each of these white circles, they're going to get a sticker on in the same color. The game masters give out the stickers. So the way it works is if a team plays the game and they win, they get a sticker. Then they show the map with a sticker to you to get a clue. Clues look kind of like this. Well, the clues look just like this, but they'll all be a little bit different. So you're going to have a clue. When teams show you their map, if they have a sticker on it, that means that they won. Or it means that they lost 3 times. Doesn't matter. Either way, if they show you the map, they don't have to wait in line to show you their map. They get to kind of cut to the front of the line. They show you their map with a sticker on it, and in exchange, they get a clue, and then they're off to their next station where they become somebody else's problem. So that's kind of the big picture. You're going to sign them in order, hopefully keep track of the time that they arrived and the time that they departed. They either win the game or they lose 3 times. They get a sticker on their map, and they show you the sticker in exchange for a clue. Now there's each station is some of them are a little bit different, so it's important that you read the queue master directions, and we also want you to read the game master directions so you're familiar with the game that they play once they make it to the front of the line. But there's a couple other special cases. The teams are going in different orders. There are 3 different tracks that the teams can be on, so they're all going to play the same 8 games. But the first 7 of them, they're going to play in slightly different orders. The last game is called Whip It. That's the white station. And that's the last station for every team. So there will be some teams that when they finish and they show you their sticker, you're about to give them their clue and then you realize, oh, they've already been to that because they've done everything. If you are the queue master for jump, bean, or duck, this applies to you. When you give a team a sticker and you notice that it's close to the end of the game, they've got all 7 stickers, everything except for white. You don't give them the regular clue that you've been giving to every other team up until now. You give them the white clue for whip. So if you are the cue master for jump, bean, or duck, you have 2 clues. Everybody else has 1. You have 2 clues, and you give out that clue to everybody until you come across a team that's got 7 out of 8 stickers. At that point, you would give them the special clue for whip. Okay. The other special case is if you are one of the face-off games, and that is whip, drop, flip, and hang. These are face-off games, and these are games where the teams have to beat another team in order to move on. Here's how that works. These games require either 3 or 4 teams to begin. So the first 1 to 2 teams that come to you, they don't get to play right away. They have to wait until there are 3 teams present. That's on purpose. That's by design. Once there are 3 teams present, you send them into the game and they play with the game master. At some of these stations, there are 2 game masters, so you could have up to 6 people playing at a time. You send 3 people in to play the game. If teams get there first, they just got to cool their jets, wait for other teams to catch up. That's to kind of allow teams to come from behind. We have some excitement there. If there are too few teams, that is, let's say you're the cue master for a game that's supposed to have 3 teams, and you've got 2 teams ready to go, and they've been waiting for about 5 minutes. We're giving you a stopwatch to count 5 minutes. You can also use the timer on your phone or your wristwatch if you want. If it's been 5 minutes and they don't have a third team to play against, then they get to play. We don't want them to wait all day. So let them play with just 2 teams against each other. If you have just 1 team ready to play and they've been waiting for 5 minutes, they get to play. There's a special solo team version of the rules that the game master will know. However, if another team approaches while solo play is underway, solo play ends, you cancel it abruptly, and then the 2 teams play against each other. If you've got just 2 teams playing against each other and a third team approaches, you don't cancel that play. You let the 2-team version of the game finish, and then the loser of that game will play against the team that arrived. So that's the big picture on how to be a cue master. There's more specific directions in the script that we sent you, but hopefully you will find this tutorial useful. Feel free to email with any questions. Thank you. See you on the mountain.